Here we are again on another journey to a prophet's reward. And today we're going to do things a little differently than we have been. We're going to take a moment to remember the one who is the reason for all of this journey. I want to recognize him today as our champion archer with the flaming arrow. And I just want to, first of all, just glorify him that he is the master archer of all archers, and he has mastered all the skills of archery. And in fact, because he is such a hero in archery, he has inspired the sport of archery and given to us as humans who like the sport of archery all the skills of archery: the balance, the coordination, the depth perception, the concentration, composure, self control, and precision of striking the mark and hitting the target. And what is our champion archer's target? Well, it's our hearts. His flaming arrow is his covenant love for us. I just want to share some reminiscing thoughts and some scriptural photos and snapshots and descriptions of our champion archer so we can just think about him, reminisce, and most of all, really get that sense of his love for us while we're on the journey. Sometimes we just need to be reminded of how much he loves us. You know, many of us think of Cupid as the matchmaker of love by his arrow and his archery. But today, we want to celebrate and remember that we have a unique champion archer who has a flaming arrow of covenant love for us. He's not a matchmaker. Instead, he is making us a match with him, a partner with him in his mission of love for us. See, I have a visual of an arrow for my wall decor and a heart, which is a craft that I treasure from my daughter when she was a child. I have these visuals today to keep us mindful of our celebration and remembering of our champion archer with a flaming arrow. Let's reminisce with some snapshots from Scripture about our champion archer. The first scriptural photo is from Revelation chapter 6, verse 2. It says, "And I looked, and behold, a white horse. He who sat on it had a bow, and a crown was given to him. And he went out conquering and to conquer." Another photo of our champion archer with a flaming arrow is Genesis 49, verse 24. It says, "But his bow remained in strength, and his arms of his hands were made strong by the hands of the mighty God of Jacob. From there is the shepherd, the stone of Israel." So these scripture photos remind us that our champion archer rides on a white horse. He is our shepherd, and he is the slingshot stone of King David, who divinely struck the giant enemy against Israel and conquered the Philistine army. Wow. Our champion archer is known to us as the son of David. So clearly, it's in the bloodline. to divinely hit the mark and strike the target with his flaming arrow, to protect us, and to shoot his flame of covenant love into our hearts. This is the heart of our champion archer, as he tells us in Genesis chapter 50, verse 20. But as for you, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, in order to bring it about, as it is this day, to save many people alive. That's his mission, remember? The mission of this heroic archer is based upon covenant love, to rescue us and surround us with his protection, and with his flaming arrow, shoot into the evil situations to bring about good, to end war and destruction, to bring peace and righteousness. Psalm 46:9 says about him, he makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and cuts the spear in two. He burns the chariot with fire. Remember, that's his mission for you, for us, because of the covenant of his flaming arrow, which has captured our heart with his love. Hosea chapter 2 verse 18 declares from the champion archer, in that day I will make a covenant for them with the beasts of the field, with the birds of the air, and with the creeping things of the ground. Bow and sword of battle I will shatter from the earth, to make them lie down safely. And he declares in Zechariah 9, verse 10, I will cut off the chariot from Ephraim and the horse from Jerusalem. The battle bow shall be cut off. He shall speak peace to the nations. His dominion shall be from sea to sea, and from the river to the ends of the earth. There is something unique about our champion archer, and I want to bring that out on our journey today. He uses generational arrows to hit the mark and strike his target. Psalm 127, verses 3 and 4 illuminate the strategy of our champion archer. It says, behold, children are a heritage from the Lord. The fruit of the womb is a reward. Like arrows in the hand of a warrior, so are the children of one's youth. So our archer uses generations to conquer evil and bring about good. That means he has a heart and a passion to defend and protect and bring forth the babies in the womb, the little children that are birthed forth, and the children as they are growing up. He has a strategy to use them with great purpose to end evil and bring about good. With generational arrows, with the children, with the babies in the womb, with the children birthed forth, with the children growing up. Here is what our champion archer has done as recorded in Hebrews 11, verses 20 through 22, and Hebrews 11, verses 33 and 34. By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. By faith, Jacob, when he was dying, blessed each of the sons of Joseph and worshiped leaning on the top of his staff. By faith, Joseph, when he was dying, made mention of the departure of the children of Israel and gave instructions concerning his bones, who through faith subdued kingdoms, worked righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouths of lions, quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, out of weakness were made strong, became valiant in battle, turned to flight the armies of the aliens. Our champion Archer has quite a legacy. It is good to remember him and celebrate him and all that he desires to do for us. Thank you for being with me and reminiscing and remembering our champion Archer with a flaming arrow on our journey today. Until next time, stay on the righteous path.